Hello everyone. Today we have to discuss about Kelvin cycle. Kelvin cycle is the part of photosynthesis. As you know that photosynthesis take place in the chloroplast, and in the chloroplast, there are two phases of photosynthesis. First is light phase, or the phase which occurs in presence of light, and another is dark phase. That is the phase which carried out in the absence of light. Okay, so this Kelvin cycle is the part of dark phase of the photosynthesis. Okay. These are the learning objective of today lecture. To understand process of Kelvin cycle and various reactions that occur in the Kelvin cycle, and how the Kelvin cycle link with the carbon loss. Okay, so during the Kelvin cycle, generally carried out for the carbon fixation. Okay, but how the carbon loss is also linked with the Kelvin cycle through photorespiration, and what are the adaptation in plant to prevent the carbon loss or photorespiration. So the Kelvin cycle is a process that plant and algae or anything that have chlorophyll, okay, in their cell, used to turn carbon dioxide from the air and convert into the sugar. Okay, and this process is called carbon fixation. And the food autotrophs need to grow. Okay, when the carbon fixation is take place, and this Kelvin cycle proceed in the three phase. The first phase is carbon fixation, in which there is incorporation of carbon dioxide from the air or atmosphere, and the second is reduction. In this phase, utilization of energy molecule to form organic compound. Okay, so the molecule which form in the light reaction, that is ATP and NADPH. Okay, so these molecule, and these energetically molecules used for the synthesis of sugar molecule. Okay, and the third stage is regeneration, in which regenerates molecule for another cycle. Okay, because this is cycle, so it must regenerate a molecule so that the cycle continue, and the next molecule of carbon dioxide can able to fix. Okay, so this figure shows the photosynthesis. Okay, so you have to clearly observe that there are two phase. Okay, two separate phase. The first one is light reaction. Okay, which produce ATP and NADPH. Okay, this is clearly indicated in this figure. And during the light reaction, the oxygen is also produced by the photolysis of water. Okay, so then in another phase, which is called Kelvin cycle or dark reaction. Okay, so in this phase, these ATP and NADPH, which they produce in the light reaction, are utilized. Okay, and the molecule of sugar are produced. Okay, so you have to see that in the light reaction, there is utilization of water molecule. Okay, and the production of oxygen molecule. Okay, along with ATP and NADPH. Okay, and this linked with the dark reaction or the light independent reaction, that is Kelvin cycle. Okay, in which the carbon dioxide fix. Okay, and the sugar molecule are produced. Okay, so this is all these both reaction combinedly called photosynthesis. Okay, so in the photosynthesis, we have to study the light reaction, light dependent reaction, and light independent reaction. That is light reaction. Okay, or which is called photophosphorylation. Okay, so this is the light reaction have the phase photophosphorylation. Okay, or the dark reaction has phase uh, Kelvin cycle. Okay, So these are the two phases of the photosynthesis. Okay. So today we have to discuss about Kelvin cycle in detail. So the Kelvin cycle occurs in the stroma. Okay, so this is the structure of chloroplast. Okay, in which you see that the chloroplast is a double membrane structure. Okay, and this double membrane structure, this is inner membrane and this is outer membrane. Okay, and between the inner and outer membrane there is intermembrane space. Okay, and inside the stroma there is a thylakoid. Okay, these are called thylakoids. Okay, which made up of plate like structure called grana. Okay, so these grana or granum are formed one thylakoid. Okay, and thylakoid is also membrane bound structure. Okay, so so that's why it has a space in each granum, and the space present in each granum is called thylakoid space. Okay, so but in the thylakoid there is light reaction is take place, but the dark reaction is take place in the stroma. Okay, so the part outside the thylakoid is called stroma. Okay, so the Kelvin cycle take place in the stroma. Okay, so this is Kelvin cycle which we are talking about. Okay, this is Kelvin cycle. Okay, in which you have to see that the carbon dioxide molecule, okay, fixed and produce sugar molecule. Okay, which can convert into the either fatty acid, either amino acid. Okay, so this is the Kelvin cycle. Okay, so in which you have to see that so these are the carbon dioxide. Okay, or you know that carbon dioxide molecule has one carbon. Okay, so here this is one carbon molecule. Okay, but three molecule of carbon dioxide fix at a time. Three molecule of carbon dioxide. Okay, and these three molecule of carbon dioxide react with three molecule of ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate. Okay, and this molecule ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate is five carbon molecule. Okay, and this five carbon molecule and CO2 one carbon molecule. Okay, but three molecule of CO2 and three molecule of ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate. Okay, so how many are the total carbon? These three carbon and these 3 into 5. Okay, 15 carbon. Okay, so 15 carbon plus 3 carbon. How many carbon? 18 carbon. Okay, so in this reaction total 18 carbon utilized. Okay, and produce six molecule of three phosphoglycerate. Okay, but this three phosphoglycerate is three carbon molecule. Okay, so you have to see that the number of carbon are fixed. 6 into 3, how many? 18. Okay, so here how many carbon? 18 carbon. Okay, so ultimately the number of carbon neither lost and neither gained. Okay, but it produce the three carbon molecule. Okay, so you have to see that in at the first step, these three carbon dioxide molecule fix to produce three phosphoglycerate. Okay, so this is the first step. Now what happened? Now, in the next step, these six molecule of three phosphoglycerate utilize six molecule of ATP. Okay, and you already know that when the ATP molecule are utilized, it convert into the ADP. Okay, and the energy which is released during the hydrolysis of ATP is utilized for the conversion of three phosphoglycerate into the one three bis phosphoglycerate. Okay, so now this molecule, 3-phosphoglycerate molecule, convert into the 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate molecule. Okay. Now this molecule is also three carbon, but has two phosphate group. Okay, that's why this phosphate is name of this molecule. Okay. So now there is nothing change in the number of carbon. Okay, but addition of one phosphate group is there. Okay. Now in the next step, what happened? The six molecule of NADPH are utilized. Okay, and you already know that when the NADPH molecule are utilized, the energy released is used for the conversion of 1,3 bis phosphoglycerate into the glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. Okay, so now this molecule, okay, 1,3 bis phosphoglycerate molecule convert into the glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate molecule. Okay, now number of carbon in the 1,3 bis phosphoglycerate is 3, and number of carbon in this molecule is also 3. Okay, but difference is that this molecule is has only one phosphate. Okay, so during this reaction, the phosphate molecule is released. Okay, so because there are 6 molecule of 1,3 phosphate glycerate. Okay, so that's why the 6 phosphate molecule are released during the reaction. Okay, and these two steps utilize energy. Okay, at this step the ATP are utilized, and at this step the NADPH are utilized. Okay, but from where this molecule comes from? Okay, so this molecule comes from the light dependent reaction of photosynthesis. Okay, so this ATP comes from light dependent reaction of ATP, and this NADPH comes from the light dependent reaction of the photosynthesis. Okay, so you have to see that the energetic molecule produced in the photosynthesis or light reaction of photosynthesis is utilized for the production of the sugar molecule. Okay, so this is the point. Okay, how the photosynthesis produce the sugar molecule. Okay, so now at the next step, what happened? The glyceraldehyde 3 molecule, glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate molecule, which is 3 carbon. Okay, so there are 6 molecule of glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. Okay, but what happened at this step? Okay, there is splitting. Okay, so in the splitting, the one molecule of glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate, okay, is convert into the sugar. Okay, one molecule of glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate is convert into the sugar molecule. Okay, so this is the point. Okay, but cycle continues with the use of 5 molecule of glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. Okay, so there is nothing is changed at this step. Only one molecule of glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate is going to the another step, that synthesis of sugar molecule. Okay, but this cycle continue by the use of 5 molecule of glyceraldehyde phosphate. Okay, so nothing is changed there. Only one molecule is utilized for the synthesis of sugar. Okay, but now what happened at the next step? Okay, you have to see that now there is 5 molecule. Okay, and 5 molecule of 3 carbon glycerine 3 phosphate. So how many carbon? 5 into through 15. Okay, so now how many carbon continue to Kelvin cycle? 15 carbon continue to Kelvin cycle. Okay, but at this step, this glycerine 3 phosphate molecule convert into the ribulose 5 phosphate molecule. Okay, but this ribulose 5 phosphate molecule is 5 carbon. Okay, so this molecule is 5 carbon, but how many molecule of ribulose 5 phosphate are produced? 3 molecule. Okay, so you have to see that number of carbon are balanced. 5 into 3, how many? 15. Here also 5 into 3, how many? 15. But number of carbon is balanced. Okay, but the ribulose 5 phosphate is only 3 molecule, so it has only 3 phosphate moiety in their structure. Okay, so that's why at this step the 2 phosphate group are released. Okay, so you have to see that 2 phosphate group are released. Okay, so now the 3 phosphate 3 carbon glycerine 3 phosphate molecule convert into the ribulose 5 phosphate, that is 5 carbon molecule. Okay, now what happened? This molecule utilize ATP. Okay, so this molecule utilize 3 ATP. Okay, because these are the 3 molecule, and it convert into the ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate. Okay, obviously when the ATP convert into the ADP, there is a utilization of one phosphate group take place. Okay, and at this stage the ribulose 5 phosphate molecule convert into the ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate molecule. Okay, so this is the point how the regeneration of this ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate molecule is take place. Okay, because it require it is a molecule, okay, which can fix the carbon molecule. Okay, so this molecule can fix the carbon molecule. Okay, so now this cycle is continued. Then again 3 carbon 3 molecule of CO2 is fixed, and now and produce the 3 phosphoglycerate molecule, which is 3 carbon. Okay, so in that way this cycle is continued. Okay, so overall, this cycle utilize three molecule of carbon dioxide and give a net yield of one molecule of glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. Okay, at a net cost of nine molecule of ATP. Okay, how many? Nine. Six ATP at this step and three ATP at this step. How many ATP? Nine ATP. Okay, and six molecule of NADPH. Okay, so how many? Six molecule of NADPH. Okay, so for the synthesis of one sugar molecule from the one glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate molecule, the nine molecule of ATP and six molecule of NADPH are utilized. Okay, so this is called Kelvin cycle, which occur in each and every cell of plant. Okay. Now we have to discuss these steps in some more detail. So you have to see that at the first phase there is fixation of carbon. Okay, which is called carbon fixation. Okay, so at this step you have to see that carbon dioxide, okay, which is one carbon molecule, and ribulose with phosphate. Okay, and this is five carbon molecule. Okay, so this five carbon, this one carbon molecule, how many carbon? Six carbon. So this molecule produce six carbon molecule. Okay, so this is six carbon molecule, which is this is six carbon molecule, which is called which can split into the two three carbon molecule called three phosphoglycerate. Okay, three phosphoglycerate or okay. So this reaction, okay, this reaction occur three times. Okay, how many times? Three times. Okay, so in the one Kelvin cycle there are fixation of three carbon molecule. Okay, so if we talk about the type of this reaction, so this is the synthesis reaction. Okay, why synthesis? Because in at this reaction, the three carbon molecule are synthesized. That is three phosphoglycerate. Okay, and the enzyme utilized at this step is Rubisco. Okay, this is Rubisco. Okay, or this enzyme is most abundant enzyme found in on the earth. Okay, so this is Rubisco, and in this reaction there is energy are absorbed. Okay, because carbon fixation is take place, so energy are absorbed at this step. Okay, so this is first step of Kelvin cycle. Okay, so you have to see in detail in this figure. Okay, now what happened at the next step? So you know that the Rubisco enzyme named ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase. Okay, and ribulose bisphosphate oxygenase. Okay, why these two names given? Because this ribulose bisphosphate Rubisco enzyme I have affinity either with the carbon dioxide. Okay, so that time the name given ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase, and this enzyme also have affinity with the oxygen. Okay, so at that time okay, so the name given ribulose bisphosphate oxygenase. Okay, because this enzyme has affinity either with the carbon dioxide and either with the oxygen. Okay, and this is the large enzyme and slow reacting enzyme. Okay, and most enzyme process occur 1000 reaction per second carried out by the this enzyme, and Rubisco process three reaction per second. Okay, so you have to see that generally most of the enzyme can proceed 1000 reaction per second. Okay, but this enzyme can carried only three reaction per second. That's why this is a slow reacting enzyme. Okay, and plant need large amount of Rubisco for continuously carried out the Kelvin cycle. Okay, and if we talk about the plant protein, so half of the plant protein is Rubisco. Okay, so this is the enzyme. You know that enzyme are the protein. Okay, and the most abundant protein on the earth is Rubisco. Okay, because all plant has enzyme Rubisco. Okay. Now the second phase. Okay, so this is second phase. Okay, which is called reduction. Okay, why reduction? Because here is ATP are utilized. Okay, okay, and NADPH are utilized. Okay, so at this step you have to see that the the 3 phosphoglycerate molecule convert into the 1,3 phosphoglycerate molecule by the utilization of energy released by the ATP hydrolysis. Okay, and what happened at this reaction? The ATP hydrolysis release ADP and one phosphate molecule. Okay, and this one phosphate molecule is attached with the molecule of 3 phosphoglycerate. Okay, now this 3 phosphoglycerate molecule has two phosphate group. Okay, so the name is changed to 1,3 bis phosphoglycerate. Okay, which means a 2 phosphate group with this molecule. Okay, now what happened at the next step? The 1,3 bis phosphoglycerate molecule utilize NADPH. Okay, and by the utilization of NADPH, this molecule convert into the glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. Okay, this molecule convert into the glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. Okay, so this glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate is the precursor for synthesis of sugar molecule in the leaves. Okay, so that's why this carbon fixation is carried at these steps. Okay, carbon fixation and reduction. Okay, but next step require for continuously produce Kelvin cycle. Okay, or regeneration of ribulose with phosphate molecule. Okay, so now the coming reaction require to produce or regenerate ribulose with phosphate. Okay, see this. So that's why this phase is called energy utilization phase, because at this phase the ATP are utilized and NADPH are utilized. Okay, so ATP phosphorylates each 3 carbon molecule. Okay, and if we talk about the reaction type, because this is the phosphorylation reaction. Okay, because at this step the hydrolysis of ATP is take place, in which the one molecule of phosphate are released, which utilized for the conversion of 3 phosphoglycerate into the 1,3 phosphoglycerate. Okay, so all these reactions which are has this type of reaction are called phosphorylation. Okay, so the 3 phosphoglycerate molecule phosphorylated into 1,3 phosphoglycerate. Okay, and from where this phosphate group comes, so it comes from the ATP hydrolysis. Okay, and obviously whenever the ATP hydrolysis take place, so enzyme is kinase. Okay, so enzyme is kinase and energy is absorbed during the reaction. Okay, now the second step of energy utilization reaction, at which NADPH are used. Okay, and we already discussed that this NADPH comes from the light reaction of photosynthesis. Okay, because right now we have to discuss the dark reaction of photosynthesis, in which these ATP and NADPH are utilized for the synthesis of sugar molecule. Okay, now this NADPH used to synthesize glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. Okay, or if we talk about the type of reaction, so this is the redox reaction. Okay, why redox? Because if there is a reduction is take place, so simultaneously oxidation is also take place. Okay, so this is called redox reaction, and because at this reaction there is utilization of NADPH. Okay, or in anywhere in the metabolism, if NADPH are utilized or produced, if NADH are utilized or produced, the name of enzyme is dehydrogenase. Okay, so the enzyme is dehydrogenase, and in at this reaction, the energy is absorbed. Okay, so this phase is called energy utilization phase. Okay, now the phase third, and phase third is called regeneration. Okay, so why regeneration? Because now our aim is achieved. Okay, our aim is achieved, but the regeneration is ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate is required. Okay, so until this molecule can not regenerate, the Kelvin cycle not able to continue. Okay, so that's why the 6 molecule of glycerol 3 phosphate produced, one of them exists the cycle. Okay, eventually, and convert into the glucose, and other types of organic compound can also produce by the glycerol 3 phosphate. Okay, like fatty acid, amino acid, depending on the requirement of a plant. Okay, and the other five molecule of glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate continue in the cycle to help to regenerate the starting molecule. Okay, so that it can continue and continuously fix the carbon dioxide. Okay, which is the first and foremost aim of photosynthesis or Kelvin cycle or carbon fixation. Okay, so you have to see that. So at this step, the three molecule of ATP are utilized for the recycle or regeneration of ribulose bisphosphate. Okay, because ribulose bisphosphate is the substrate for the enzyme Rubisco. Okay, so RUBP is the substrate for enzyme Rubisco, and this Rubisco can fix the carbon dioxide, but it requires the substrate Rubisco. Okay, so if there is no Rubisco is present, there is no carbon fixation is take place. Okay, so this molecule or regeneration of this molecule is required for the continuously running Kelvin cycle. Okay, so you have to see that now the three molecule of ribulose bisphosphate are produced. Okay, and by the use of enzyme Rubisco, the cycle continue and it can again produce the 3 phosphoglycerate. Okay, so this is all about the Kelvin cycle. Okay, so what happened at this step? The glycerol 3 phosphate resynthesized to 1,5 RUBP, that is ribulose bisphosphate, and 5 into 3, how many? 15. Okay, and 3 into 5, how many? 15. Okay, but so that the number of carbon doesn't change. Okay, so 15 carbon is at previous step, and 50 carbon is there at the next step. So there is no change in the number of carbon. Okay, and it uses the ATP. Okay, you have to see that it used to use the ATP. Okay, so at this step there is synthesis of RUBP is it take place. That's why this is the synthesis reaction. Okay, and enzyme is synthase. Okay, because this is synthesis reaction, the name of enzyme is synthase, and energy is absorbed at this reaction. Okay, so you have to see that energy is absorbed in the form of ATP. Okay, so this is called regeneration of CO2 acceptor. Okay, so who is CO2 acceptor? So CO2 acceptor is RUBP, ribulose bisphosphate, which is substrate of Rubisco. Okay, now this cycle can able to continue and can fix to next carbon dioxide molecules. Okay, so now the you have to see that. Okay, Kelvin cycle is complete. Okay, but what happened? Okay, a problem is that when the stomata are open. Okay, so at that time the carbon dioxide take in into the cells. Okay, where the photosynthesis take place. But simultaneously with the carbon dioxide, the oxygen also take in. Okay, so both carbon dioxide and oxygen present around the RUBP. Okay, Rubisco. Okay, ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase. Okay, so you have to see that we have to already discuss that this enzyme can also fix carbon dioxide. Okay, if this enzyme fix the carbon dioxide, the sugar molecule are produced, and this is called carbon fixation. Okay, and at the same time, because there is also presence of oxygen around the Rubisco. Okay, so at the same time, this enzyme also react with oxygen. Okay, and produce 2 phosphoglycolate. Okay, you have to see that 2 phosphoglycolate are produced, which ultimately break down into the CO2. Okay, you have to see that at the one end there is carbon fixation is take place, and at the another end there is carbon loss is take place. Okay, so you have to see that this is totally wasteful process. Okay, so that's why the photo respiration is a wasteful process. Okay, it which oxygen is fixed by the Rubisco, and it produces the 2-phosphoglycolate. Okay, if there is production of 2-phosphoglycolate is take place, so ultimately it cannot convert into the sugar molecule. Okay, so this is the wasteful process in the plants. Okay, so this is photo respiration. To save plant from the carbon lost by photorespiration, so most of the plant have adaptation. Okay, so these adaptation are called um, photosynthetic adaptation into the plant. Okay, so first of all, you have to see that the plant which carried the Calvin cycle only. Okay, in which the three carbon molecule phospho 3 phosphoglycerate are produced. Okay, that's why these plant are called C3 plant. Okay, so you have to clear that point. Okay, so the Kelvin cycle which we have to discuss in this lecture carried in the plants are called C3 plant. Okay, so why these plant are called C3 plant? Because in this plant the first molecule are produced is three phosphoglycerate, which is three carbon molecule. Okay, so first molecule are produced, so this molecule is three carbon. Okay, that's why the term used C3 plants. Okay, so all the plant which can produce proceed the Kelvin cycle, okay, are called C3 plant. Okay, so but the limitation is there. Along with the photosynthesis or carbon fixation, it also lost carbon. Okay, so to protect this wasteful process, the plant has adaptation. Okay, so what type of adaptation plant have? The plant have adaptation to C4 and chem. Okay, so there are two types of plant which have different types of adaptation to carried Kelvin cycle. Okay, and these plant are called C4 plant and chem plant. Okay, so now we have to discuss their adaptation. Okay, because the another problem is that there is a hot and arid condition. There is a dry climate. Okay, so when the stomata are open during the daytime, so along with the carbon dioxide take in, the water loss is also take place. Okay, so at that time, to prevent the water loss, stomata can prevent and not open during the daytime. Okay, so these are the some adaptation which we have to discuss now. Okay, so and what are these adaptation? We have to focus on that to prevent water loss as well as to prevent photorespiration. Okay, so now the Kelvin cycle which we have to discuss in this lecture is called Kelvin cycle, and the plant which carried the Kelvin cycle and normal Kelvin cycle, there is no other adaptation is there, is called C3 plant. Okay, the plant whose first organic product of carbon fixation is three carbon compound, that is three phosphoglycerate, is called C3 plant. Okay, and C3 plant undergo photosynthesis as we have to discussed in this lecture. Okay, so nothing is difference between the Kelvin cycle and C3 plant. Okay, so all the C3 plant carried the Kelvin cycle as we discussed here. Okay, okay, so in that plant or C3 plant in which the Kelvin cycle are produced. Okay, so stomata are open during the daytime. This is the normal condition, and close at the night time. Okay, and what happened to the stomata in hot and arid condition? Obviously, if stomata are open during the day, the water loss is there. Okay, and plant cannot survive without the loss of water. So at that time, okay, so what adaptation in the some of the plant is there. Okay, which we have to discuss now, that is C4 plant and chem plant. Okay, okay, so what are the limitations in the C3 plant? So as we discussed that in hot and arid condition, plant close the stomata to prevent water loss. Okay, how you think about that? If a plant cannot open their stomata, so how the carbon dioxide taken for the continuously carried out Kelvin cycle? Okay, a problem is there. Okay, but a plant is need to save water also. So what effect does that have on CO2 and O2 concentration? Okay, because when the stomata are open, CO2 also taken and O2 also taken, and another problem is arise there. Rubisco can also fix the CO2, and Rubisco also fix the O2. When the CO2 is fixed, the sugar molecule are produced, but when the O2 are fixed, the sugar molecule are not produced. Okay, so this is totally the wasteful process. Okay, so these are the two limitations of C3 plant. Okay, so what happened in the C3 plant? Stomata closed. If you think about that, if stomata are closed, the CO2 level decrease. Okay, and if CO2 level is decreased, the Kelvin cycle cannot able to continue. Okay, is there a slow Kelvin cycle, or if it may be a stop Kelvin cycle due to the CO2 due to the less concentration of the CO2, because the stomata are closed to prevent the loss of water. Okay, and closed stomata O2 increase. Obviously, when the stomata are closed during the photolysis of water, the oxygen concentration is up. Okay, you think about that. When the O2 concentration is up and CO2 concentration is down, the Rubisco bind with the CO2 and O2. Obviously, when the O2 concentration is high, so the Rubisco bind with the oxygen. Okay, so that's why the photorespiration is take place, and in place of glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate, the 2 phosphoglycolate are produced. Or when the 2 phosphoglycolate are produced, it is a totally wasteful process. Okay, so these are the limitations of C3 plants. Okay, okay, so you have to see that this process in this figure. Okay, so there is two possible substrate for Rubisco: carbon dioxide and oxygen. And carboxylase bind with the CO2 and aid to phosphoglycerate. Okay, and two molecule of phosphoglycerate, and when it bind with the O2, okay, or oxygenase of Rubisco, when it bind with the oxygen, so it produce one 3 phosphoglycerate and one molecule of phosphoglycolate. Okay, you have to see that. So this one molecule of phosphoglycolate cannot utilize for the production of glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. Okay, so in that way, this carbon is lost. Okay, so see that process in this figure. Okay, you have to see that. Okay, this is substrate for Rubisco. Okay, this is substrate for Rubisco. Okay, but in the presence of Rubisco, it can either react with the carbon dioxide or produce the two molecule of 3 phosphoglycerate. Okay, and in presence of oxygen, it can also react and produce the one molecule of 3 phosphoglycerate and one molecule of phosphoglycolate. Okay, so this molecule, okay, which has circle around them, this molecule is produced during the photorespiration. Okay, so this is the wasteful products of in the presence of oxygen. Okay, this product. Okay, now this phosphoglycolate molecule cannot be converted directly into the sugar, and it is a wasteful process which lost the carbon, and it to retrieve the carbon from it, plant must use an energy expensive process called photorespiration. Okay, so that's why this molecule is totally a wasteful molecule for the C3 plant. Okay, now photo respiration. Okay, so photo respiration means which occur in the presence of light and utilize oxygen. Okay, so unlike photosynthesis, it produces no organic fuel and there is no Kelvin cycle proceed in the photo respiration. Okay, and respiration means consume oxygen. Okay, that's why the term use respiration, or it occur in the presence of light. That's why the term use photo respiration. Okay, so unlike cellular respiration, which generate ATP, but this process is cannot generate ATP. Okay, so cellular respiration are different and photo respiration are different. Okay, we have to discuss several times cellular respiration. okay, in which the glucose molecule utilize and produce ATP, which is called cellular respiration. But this photorespiration is cannot produce any amount of ATP, okay, and it wastes energy, and it waste reducing power. Okay, why waste reducing power? Because you have to see that NAD, pH, and ATP which produced in the light reaction cannot fix in the Kelvin cycle. So these reducing power lost by the process of photorespiration. Okay, and it results in the production of dangerous reactive oxygen species also in the peroxisome. Okay, so that's why it is totally wasteful process. And why photorespiration is exist. Okay, so this is the point. So due to the evolutionary baggage. Okay, so if we think about the ancient time, at that time there is a metabolic rely from earlier time when the atmosphere has less oxygen as compared to the carbon dioxide. So at that time there is no problem. Visco always has a high concentration of CO2. Okay, because in the atmosphere there is not much oxygen is there. Okay, in ancient time. So with so much CO2, Rubisco inability to exclude O2 has little impact on the photosynthesis. Okay, and but nowadays, okay, in modern time, when the reducing environment convert into the oxidative environment, the Rubisco affinity for oxygen has negative impact on the photosynthesis. Okay, due to the photorespiration. Okay, so that's why it ultimately impact or negative impact on the crop yield. Okay, and now evolutionary efficiency. So atmospheric oxygen is 500 times higher than the CO2. Okay, currently. So yet Rubisco fix on average for CO2 for every oxygen. Okay, so, what are the adaptation to protect the plant from these problems? Okay, so these are the two other types of adaptation is there. That is called photosynthesis to dry and arid condition. These adaptations are called C4 adaptation and CAM adaptation. Or that's why the plant which have C4 pathway is called C4 plant, and the plant which has a CAM pathway is called CAM plant. Okay, so these are due to the adaptation in the C3 plant during the modern time. Okay, so what are the adaptation in C4 plant? In the C4 plant, there is spatial separation. Okay, or in the CAM plant, there is temporal separation. Okay, this is called behavioral separation. Okay, so these are the adaptation. Okay, in the C4 plant, spatial separation. Okay, so now we need to discuss what are the spatial separation and what are the behavioral separation. Okay, so so you have to see that now another enzyme comes into existence. Okay, so this is called PEP carboxylase. PEP carboxylase. Okay, but till now we have to discuss only enzyme Rubisco. Okay, but now this enzyme comes into existence. PEP carboxylase. Okay, okay, phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase. Okay, but and this enzyme has very high affinity for CO2. Okay, and can fix carbon even when CO2 level is low and O2 level is high. Okay, because this enzyme cannot have affinity with the oxygen, and this enzyme convert phosphoenol pyruvate, which is three carbon molecule, into the oxaloacetic acid, which is four carbon molecule. Okay, and you have to see that now this oxaloacetate can convert into the malate, and this malate, whenever required, again convert into the pyruvate, which is three carbon molecule, and produce and release the carbon dioxide whenever required by the plant to carry out photosynthesis. Okay, and this pyruvate molecule can regenerate a PEP molecule, which can again fix the another molecule of carbon dioxide. Okay, so this is the point now. Okay, so see that this is the C4 plant. Okay, so what are the difference between the normal plant and C4 plant? Okay, so this is the difference. Okay, so this is that this is called structural uh, separation. Okay, so you have to see that now there are two kind of cell developed in the leaf. The first one is mesophyll cells. Okay, so these are the mesophyll cell, and second one is bundle seed cell. These are the bundle seed cell. Okay, okay, so now this is structural separation. Okay, now the photosynthesis carried out in separate chamber. Okay, you have to see how this would be carried out. Okay, so now bundle seed cells tightly packed around vascular bundle. Okay, and mesophyll cells loosely arranged near the leaf surface. Okay, so this is the arrangement of the cells in the C4 plant. Okay, and this arrangement is called Kranz anatomy or in C4 plant. Okay, now what the separation is there, you have to see that in the mesophyll cell, what happened. Okay, so in the mesophyll cell, carbon dioxide fixed by the PEP carboxylase. Okay, and this PP carboxylase utilize phosphoenol pyruvate, which is three carbon molecule, and this three carbon molecule fix one molecule of CO2 and convert into the four carbon molecule of oxaloacetate OAA. Okay, now this molecule convert into the malate. Okay, now this malate enter into the bundle seed cell. Okay, so you have to see that. Okay, when the stomata are open. Okay, so this CO2 fix in the form of oxaloacetate, which is the four carbon molecule. Okay, now what happened for the carried out Kelvin cycle? This you have to see that this bundle C cell carried out Kelvin cycle. Okay, now in the normal C3 plant, only one type of cell is there in which both carbon fixation and Kelvin cycle take place. But here in the C4 plant, Kelvin cycle occur in the bundle seed cell. Okay, why this adaptation take place? Because when the stomata are open, oxygen also taken. Okay, but this PP carboxylase cannot have affinity with the oxygen, and there is no problem if there is oxygen is present. Okay, but at this chamber there is no problem of oxygen concentration. Okay, because when the malate release the CO2, this CO2 can fix by the Rubisco, and there is in this chamber there is no oxygen, and there is no problem with the photo respiration. Okay, so you have to see that this is the adaptation in the C4 plant. Okay, so this is called C4 pathway. Okay, now this CO2 added to 3 carbon phosphoenol pyruvate to form 4 carbon oxaloacetate. Okay. Now this we have to discuss already. Okay. Okay. So now mesophyll cells act as a CO2 pump. Okay, so this mesophyll cells act as a CO2 fixation chamber. Okay, and CO2 fix in the mesophyll cell, which is released into the bundle C cell, where there is no problem of oxygen presence. Okay, so this is called C4 plant adaptation. Okay, now in what happened in the chem plant? Okay, this is also interesting points. So in the chem plant, okay, what happened? There is a behavioral adaptation. Behavioral means the stomata are open in the night time. Okay, but close in the daytime. Okay, so what happened in the in because Kelvin cycle only produced in the daytime when there is adequate supply of ATP and NADPS is there. But stomata if open in the daytime, there is problem of another problem arises. So what happened in this cell? Stomata open night time and take up CO2 and add it to the 3 carbon PEP to form 4 carbon OAA. Okay, but the chamber is single. Okay, and enzyme PP carboxylase fix the CO2 in the form of oxaloacetate. Okay, and further converted to the malate, which is stored in the vacuole of mesophyll cell. Okay, okay, so during the night time, this CO2 fix in the form of malate, which is stored in the vacuole of cell. Okay, and what happened during the daytime? You have to see that during the daytime. See, so during the daytime, stomata closed. Okay, but still it require CO2. So this CO2 comes from the millet, and millet released by the vacuole, and this millet release the CO2, which even stomata are closed, but the Kelvin cycle cannot stop, and it continuously supplies CO2 even in the closure of the stomata, and in that way it continue the CO2 carbon dioxide fixation in the Kelvin cycle. You have to see that stomata are closed, so there is no problem to oxygen enter into this chamber. Okay, so this is called behavioral change. Okay, so daytime the cycle are different, night time the cycle are different. Okay, so this is process in the night time, this is process in the daytime. Okay, okay, so this is the difference. Okay, so this is we already discussed. Okay, these are the references which we used. Okay, now you have to do the quiz. Okay, and you have to read the questions. Okay, and give the answer, and you can also check your score at the end of quiz doing yourself. Okay, so these are the questions of quiz. Okay, what are the other plants that have adapted photosynthesis to dry and arid condition? Okay, so these are the questions of quiz. Okay, uh, and you have to check your answer at the end. Okay, see, these are the answer. You have to check your answer. Okay, and verify your score. Okay, so thank you everyone.
Okay, sir.